What's up, Rockstars? Welcome to an interesting video. This video is going to be diving into something you might not be prepared for. That's because the thumbnail I used, the title I used for this, is to prove a point. So let's get to it. Thank you to my channel sponsor Into the AM. As a company that believes hard work and a great product is a proper way to conduct business, I am delighted to have them as part of the channel. They have some of the coolest graphic t-shirts around and an absolute best fit and feel that has continually exceeded my expectations. With new shirts arriving all the time and other products like boxers, hats, and even a monthly shirt club, I wholeheartedly recommend them to you. Check out the link in my description of this video for an exclusive 10% off everything they sell. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members for their financial support. It is through them that this channel is possible. If you appreciate the videos I make every single week for you guys, and you can give even $1 a month, there's a link down in the description below. Thank you so very much. Now, I'm actually going to be changing camera angles, which I don't do very often, and it's for a purpose. I'm going to be showing you a little something that I think, well, it's a lot of something that I think you'll be interested in. But I wanted to talk about our feeling of needing things when we don't really need them at all. I'm kind of talking about FOMO, but not directly. You see, I have Madara here on the table, and I've been playing through it. I've been enjoying it. My kids have been enjoying it. That's great. That's wonderful. Awesome. And it's a lot of fun. It is. It's a good game. I'm liking it. I'm not doing a review right now. I would need to play much more of it to do that, especially the reviews I like. But if you want my first hot takes about it, fun game. Okay, with that in mind, though, I got Oathsworn. Oh my gosh, I need to play Oathsworn. And then I got this game here, Company of Heroes. That came. Oh, so I gotta be playing that. And Wolfenstein came. I should be playing that. And then the Masters of the Universe Battleground came, and I'm excited to play that. I've read the rulebook even. Let's go. Let's play. It hasn't hit the table yet because Madara's on the table. We get to the point, I feel, in our lives where we go from having more time than money to having more money than time when it comes to properly enjoying these things. Or we have too many hobbies. Tabletop Minions has talked about this before. We can only really have the time for maybe 2, maybe 3 hobbies, right? But if I want to miniature paint, and if I want to play board games, and if I want to play video games, and if I want to do anything else, well, I don't have all the time for that. So this is not a video about specifically wanting, like feeling like the fear of missing out, right? Feeling like, oh, this is popular and I need this game because this is the only chance I get or any of that. I'm not talking about the business practices there or anything like that. There have been other videos. I've talked about that in half the videos I make on this channel. So I'm not doing a dedicated video on that right now, at least. But what I am going to be talking about is our feeling like we would want to have something that we won't actually get to, and having realistic expectations for that, and trying to push against the need to have more. I was just filling out the Madara PM because they reopened it. It's closed now. You're safe. If you just now learned about it, it's too late. You can't spend money right now on that. And I bought some of their cool bags because their bags look really cool. But I didn't end up getting the other neoprene mats that they had, even though they looked really nice. They're for some characters that might come along later that I'll play somewhat, maybe, perhaps. And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at Madara and I'm looking at, you know, everything I have for it, and I'm looking at all the other games that I need to play. And I don't need any more of that, if that makes sense. If there's something that'll enhance what I already have, I think that's pretty cool. But when it comes to actually getting more, I mean, need is a strong word, perhaps. So let me talk through this situation maybe in a bit more detail. All right, guys, you don't typically see my shelves this close, but I wanted to point out a few things. So you see up here, you don't typically see up here, but up here are all these huge games. Now, when it comes to stuff like wherever the heck Kingdom Death Monster is, right? Or Bard Song, or Madara, or anything else like that. These big games, Sheol's even up there too, right? How many campaign games can you honestly play? And how many do you need that much of, right? Or even if we go down to something like this, right? There are some good things. So for instance, this right here is Mythic Battles Pantheon. I love Mythic Battles Pantheon. Getting more of this just gives me more options to play in the game, but doesn't add content that I need to get through. In other words, I can go through Mythic Battles Pantheon and just pick new units and stuff like that, right? It's kind of like getting more cards in a card game. Perhaps that makes more sense for you, perhaps it doesn't. Pantheon's kind of a weird thing because it has scenarios and stuff like that too that, you might get to, you might not. But you just kind of have to be smart. Joan of Arc, for instance, got a ton of Joan of Arc. Both campaigns. Wife loves the game. Fun game. I have not played this one. I have not played, I don't even know what all of these are. I think it's maybe one of the core boxes. The point is there's a ton of Joan of Arc I have not played. Do I need all of that, right? I condensed, so the armory boxes in here. Do you need the armory of Oathsworn? No. Is it nice? I guess. But this idea that we need all of this content and all of this stuff. Here's another big old Joan of Arc. I guarantee at least 50% of this I've never even touched except to put it in a box. How much do I need that? How important is that? Here's Chronicles of Drunagar. Really enjoyed that game, especially with the expansions. In fact, I wouldn't play this without the expansions. It's not an easy answer thing. It's not something that can just be yes or no. Oh, I need that, or no, I don't. You kind of have to just ask these questions yourself on how needed is all of this stuff. How much of this do I need? I mean, it's... Okay, so like Conan. Conan, for instance. This is my wife's favorite game. She loves Conan. You can barely see me. Loves Conan. We have played Conan probably more than anything else. That's a great purchase. When I found out how much we love that, I have bought every single thing I can of Conan. You will see Conan everywhere, stuffed anywhere I can find it. There's some more up there, right here, okay? But it's right next to stuff I've never touched. Never touched it. Didn't need it. Bought it anyway. Never touched it. Didn't need it. Bought it anyway. So, I guess what I'm saying is if you're like me, and you can buy all this crap, pay attention to what you actually need. Look at this. I bought all of Deep Madness. I have never once played it. It sits here, and it sits here, unplayed. I then bought Dawn of Madness, because I'm an idiot. I don't know what the answer is. All I know is that I'm sitting here playing Madara, and it means I'm not playing Oathsworn. It means I'm not playing Bard Sung. It means I'm not playing Kingdom Death Monster. I'm not playing Hate. I'm not playing Wolfenstein. I'm not playing any of these things. But I buy them. You don't need this stuff. With that in mind, I think I'll talk back over at the desk. With that in mind, one thing I'd like to leave you with here is that it is totally fine and a legitimate practice of any kind of consumer, anybody with money, to spend it on whatever they want. Just know that you're getting it more as a collector than you are as a player. And let that lead you in what it is that you're wanting out of it and what you're trying to buy. But what I don't want you to do is get caught up in the desire for more. And again, that's not fear of missing out. It's not any kind of weird marketing thing or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with the company offering more of something, especially if some people will buy it and play it. But will you play it? And keep that in mind when you're backing it. Keep that in mind when you're buying it, that what will you realistically play? Will it just sit there and collect dust? And if it's just collecting dust, how worth it is to you to have one more box to collect dust next to the other ones that already do? I am a big proponent of going through and culling your game stuff. And what I mean by that is, will my life end? I love Rise of Moloch. I really enjoyed it. I gave it Game of the Year way back when, okay? I really enjoyed Rise of Moloch. It was a lot of fun. Would my life be fundamentally worse if I got rid of it? No, I haven't played it in years. I don't think I'll play it again in years. If I have the hankering of playing it in years, maybe I'll just play something else. In other words, even if that mythical time comes that I want to play it again, 20 years from now or something like that, my life won't be over then either. If I got rid of that. I didn't sit it around for 20 years because now the magical time came that I had to play it. So when you're looking at something like this, I normally say stuff like get more core boxes, more core pledges, less expansions because it's more bang for your buck, blah, 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 blah. You get more opportunity, all stuff like that. I've kind of moved away from that. Not that you should go all in on something, but just if you don't have enough time for the one dungeon crawl you're buying a whole bunch of dungeon crawls isn't going to solve anything. It's not going to make anything better. Back something that you can see yourself realistically playing, and if you think you might only be maybe possibly getting that or needing that, maybe skip it. Give your shelves a break. Give your house a break. Give your bank account a break. And I don't know, just enjoy what you have, enjoy what you'll play, and don't get caught up in feeling like you have to complete any set of things that you won't play. Completing a set of something you don't even experience is rather pointless, I feel. Completing a set and something that you couldn't even describe the set because you'd have to open up the box and actually look at what it is you bought doesn't really do a whole lot for you or anybody else. So play games, enjoy games, buy games, by all means. I will be, I'm sure you will be, but regardless of FOMO and regardless of what companies do to try and get us to really want something, a lot of it we do ourselves, and I think we shouldn't. If you have any tips or tricks on how to do that, please let me know. I actually turned around. So I'm in the Madara PM. I even posted, you guys saw, I posted a poll saying, hey, do I need this? I turned around. I see it sitting there. And then I turn around and I see all of these games, some of which I haven't even played anymore. And then I turn around to the PM and I back accordingly. Maybe do that. Maybe just take a gander. Just take a walkabout like I did. Take a look at some of the games. Oh yeah, that expansion. I was meant to play that. Oh yeah, about that would have been cool. I remember debating whether or not to get that, and I got it, and then I never touched it, right? Or maybe you have the opposite experience when you go to your shelves. I don't know. But I think it's a very good idea to do, and it kind of helps us get out of that mindset of that you need to get this and that you must get this. Your life will be just fine without it, I promise. All right, that's it. That's all I got. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.